For the last 22 years, I've been rocking stages, playing in clubs, and having a lot of fun as a DJ and turntablist, and I've seen and learned a lot. Now it's time for me to share that knowledge by answering the questions that can help you become a better DJ. I'm djTLM, and this is Share the Knowledge.
Hey guys, what's going on with djTLM? Welcome to episode 23 of Share the Knowledge, and this is the first one I'm live streaming on Facebook. This is my DJ Q&A show where I talk about everything DJ related, and I wanted to start doing this live on Facebook. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions that I've received in advance, but I also want you guys to have a chance to ask me questions right here live. I also want to say what's up to everyone watching the replay, or if you're watching this on YouTube, because this will be airing live on Facebook and it will be on the YouTube channel djTLMtv the next day. All right, the setup is still kind of flaky. I'm checking everything out. This is not the mic I'll be using in future episodes, but for now, this will do just fine. Now, I did not announce this episode, so chances are you're just finding out about it now, and I have to find the right time so most of you guys can check in live, but we'll work that out in the coming weeks. Now, I'm going to go into a question that I have right here first, and after that, if you have a question, just let me know in the comments. I have to see if I can actually see those comments still, but I'll start out with the questions that I have right here. And the first question is about DJ teams. I'm not going to add the name because I do not know if the person wants to be mentioned. But the question is, I'd like to ask you, what do you think about DJs who work in couples, like Nervo? What are the pros and cons? And is it really possible to work in a club with another guy who's using your console at the same time? All right, now for me personally, I played with another DJ as a team for a long time. But the way we played might be a little bit different than what I see some of these EDM teams do, because when I watch these EDM teams, I see two guys or two girls or a guy and a girl standing there at the same time, both with their hands on the mixer, and while one is mixing, the other one is trying to turn some knobs. I don't know if that really works that well. And some of it looks like a lot of show to me. There's not a real advantage in my eyes to having someone else turn knobs on a channel that I'm currently using for my mix, but it seems to be working for them. Maybe because they plan out their mixes, I don't know. I can't really speak on that. But when I used to play as a team with another DJ, we would play on one set, but basically we would do a back-to-back set all night long, and we really were in tune when it came to what we wanted to play. It was all freestyle, but somehow it always worked out, and half of the time I would think of the next track to play, and we would have thought of the exact same track to play, so we knew we were really on that same level, because I played with other DJs and tried to do like a back-to-back set, and it didn't really work out if you're not connecting on a certain level. Now, of course, I can understand some people might say back-to-back is not the same as playing as a team, but when we play back-to-back, it would definitely be one would be on the decks making the next mix, and the other one would be holding the microphone and hosting, and we would switch that back and forth, track to track, and having communication the whole time. What are we going to do next? Which way do we want to take it? We want to add some dancehall, let's go to that crazy remix. So it was a team effort, and we would definitely promote ourselves as a DJ team. But to me, it looked kind of funny to see DJs do it the way that they're doing it now, both standing behind the mixer at the same time. To me, that wouldn't really work. I would feel that people would be getting in the way. All right, hold up. I'm seeing a lot of slow playback here. How's that working out audio-wise? Okay. I still have to learn about the right settings. I'm doing this. I'm using, for those interested, I'm using OBS. So that's the Open Broadcast System. And I have a GoPro set up right here. And that GoPro is connected to my Blackmagic Ultra Studio Mini. That's a capture device. It basically takes the signal from the GoPro and sends it to the computer. OBS is the streaming software, and that is connected to Facebook. And right now I'm using this mic. That's going to be a different mic, but that's the setup I'm choosing. But it has a lot of settings, and I have to find the perfect settings for everything here, including my internet connection. I'll get back to the DJ team thing. Like I said, I don't have a clear opinion about how DJs play now. So for me personally, it would be an issue to have another DJ working the console at the same time that I'm working it. To me, there's no real advantage to that. So if I was to do another team setup with a DJ in the future, it would have to be like on a real team effort, back-to-back style of playing. What I do now with other DJs is a little bit different. With DJ DNS and DJ Turn, we're playing as a team, but we're playing with 3 sets. So you have 6 turntables, 3 mixers, and we're playing at the same time. So one person might be mixing a track, the other one might be scratching, the other one might be holding a microphone, and we try to turn that into a combined effort. So that's also a way to do it. Big shout out to DJ Shaq. I see DJ Fire, and I see Andres Ray Lopez, Cedric in the building. So I have another question I want to get into, but first I have a question here from DJ Shaq, and the question is, have you been to Africa before or have plans to visit someday? I've been to Africa once. I've been to the Gambia, but that's years ago, and that was not DJ related. So that was just a personal visit. But I mean, the entire continent of Africa is filled with countries that I definitely want to check and come visit, and also come and play there. So no plans yet, but it's definitely something that is on my list. There's so many countries on my list that I want to come check out. I have to come check out Nigeria. I know that for sure, because somehow I have a crazy following in Nigeria. A lot of people from Lagos. So big shout out to you over there, and I will visit one day. 7-3. Now the next question I received was about switching from a DJ controller to a turntable setup, but he wants to switch from a controller. He has a DDJ SX right now, and he's looking to go with turntables and a mixer, but he still wants to have the advantages of a controller. And he wants to know if I have any suggestions. Now, normally, I don't really get into all of the suggestions about equipment, especially if people just ask me, what should I get? But in this case, I feel this is a clear question because he's telling me what he's looking for on the equipment. Now, I use turntables with Serato, and I love the fact that you nowadays have equipment that gives you the chance to use all of the new technical developments, but still play with a vinyl system. So I'm currently using the Pioneer DJM-S9. That is my favorite mixer right now, and that is because of the fact that it allows me to control a lot of functions in Serato right from the mixer, including the pads that I use to trigger hot cues, loops, rolls, trigger samples, and all of that. Now, you have a lot of different mixers out there that have MIDI capabilities. If a mixer has MIDI capabilities, especially if it has a couple extra buttons, you can either assign it to work with your software, so for instance Serato, or it already is prepared to work with your software. So the DJM-S9 is one of those mixers. Rain, of course, has a whole lineup of mixers that are built for Serato. And if you're using Native Instruments Raptor, you have the Z2 by Native Instruments. That is a mixer that's also just custom made for Tractor. And I believe there's a couple of others out there. I still have a Vestax, the PCM05 Pro 4, long name. And that also has MIDI. It has a couple of buttons that I can use to trigger hot cues and all of that. So you have plenty of options, but you want to look for mixers that have that MIDI capability. But it all depends on your budget. Some of these mixers are crazy expensive. They can go up to $1,500 or more. And I believe the Z2 actually is a lot cheaper. That's more in the $600 or $700 range. I'm not even sure. But that's what you need to be looking for. That's going to allow you to use turntables and a mixer with Serato and still have the option to use your mixer sort of as a controller. Shout out to Merm Kuma. Shout out to Alessandro. What turntables do you suggest over 1200s? Well, I don't suggest anything over 1200s, but there's a lot of turntables out there that can work great. I've worked with the Numark TTX for a long time. I've toured for years with Vestax turntables. I have the Vestax PDX 2000 and 3000. Stanton has a couple of good turntables out there. You have a couple new ones by Reloop that I haven't tested yet, but they seem to look good. Pioneer has their PLX 1000. Great turntables. They also made a cheaper version of 500, but not really sure about that one yet. So, I don't know. Those PLX 1000s, I really like those. Denon also released a turntable, the VL12, but I still have to test that one, so I can't really tell you anything about it. But you have different options out there if you want something else in the Technics. I would go with one of those brands like Numark, Vestax, maybe Stanton, Pioneer. We have another question about the NS7. All right, I'm still using the original NS7. Do you think I should upgrade? I have minimum problems with it, none that are noticeable. Now, here's the thing about equipment. If it works for you and you don't need anything else, there's no reason to upgrade. For years, I used the djM909. That was my all-time favorite mixer, and I absolutely loved it. I still love it. I have it right here in the lab. It's not even working. I'm going to get it fixed. Not even because I'm going to play with it. It just deserves it because it gave me so many years of great service. But at a certain point in time, I started to get actually tired of having to connect all of these extra things because I had to connect my SL1 for Serato. I had to connect my dicers, my Novation dicers, to trigger stuff inside the software. And I just wish that there would have been a 909 that also had MIDI and the audio interface in there. And then the S9 was released, which basically is exactly what I'm describing right now. So that fixed all of my problems and I upgraded. So are there advantages to using, for instance, an NS7 II? Yes, multiple. I still have the NS7 I, the first one. Currently don't use it, but the NS7 II had a lot of upgrades, especially if you want to use some of the newer functions inside DJ software. That NS7 was really made for Serato Itch, and when that switched and became Serato DJ, it had more features. So the NS7 II is built for Serato DJ, and it just has more options to control the software. You have that capacitive touch on all the EQ buttons. That's pretty great. And better pads, because the NS7 has the small pads. I wrecked those, but the NS7 II had the nicer pads. Those were actually Akai pads, MPC type pads. So that is a better option. All right, I'm checking the time. Like I said, I'm going to keep this one short because it is a weekday. I'm going to have to pick up a kid. I'm going to be a little bit late. I'll do that for you guys because you deserve the love. Let me just get in like one or two more questions. What do you think about the SZ2? I've not tested it. The SZ was a beast, but it's a pretty big controller. It's not for me personally because I like the spinning platters, so I would take an NS7 II or III. But the SZ, it came with a lot of functionality, and I believe the SZ2. Wait a minute. See, I'm glad I thought about that for a second. I actually did a review on the SZ2, and it hardly had any upgrades compared to the SZ. If I'm not mistaken, check out djTLMtv on YouTube. On my channel, look for SZ2 because I believe I did a video on that and there was not that much to tell compared to the SZ. What's the best gear for scratching? Controller or turntables? Turntables all day, every day. Now you can scratch on controllers. I tell people that all the time. But if you're really going to get into turntablism, you want to learn all about turntablism. The name says it, turntablism, turntables. That's the best way to learn, and it will always have a better feel than controllers. The DJs who can scratch the best with controllers, so if you look at all DJs that are on controllers, the ones that are able to scratch on it well They all learned how to do it on turntables first. So shout out Marciano. He's asking if I'm going to do workshops again. Yes, something like that will happen. Just not sure when, but it will happen. Thoughts on the Rain 72? Just looking forward to try that out. I mean, I saw a lot of similarities. If you look at the S90, you see that 72. But I definitely want to try it out. I'm more interested in those players, though. That's the one. I want to check those players out. They look amazing. Guys, like I said, this was just a last-minute thing. So I'm going to really cut it short. And I think this is the last question I can take right now because my time is up. This is going to be a weekly thing. I'm going to fix date and time so you guys know in advance. We might make the show a little bit longer. I'll answer 1 or 2 questions that I received in advance. If you want to ask me a question, you can ask it on Twitter, Instagram. Just add that hashtag share the knowledge, and I'll answer questions live as well. Now, if you're watching this on the replay, thanks for watching. Leave a comment because I will come back to the comment section to answer some more questions. So you can still ask a question right now. And if not, I'll see you again on YouTube as well. I'm out, guys. See you soon. Thanks a lot.